Alright guys, quick update on the car. All the molding's off, primer ready. Primer ready. The hood's gonna be getting ready for primer. Then we're gonna be painting the whole car. Today what we're working on is, see I got it up on jack stands, is we're working on this underside here, beam down here. I want to POR-15 that all black. And if I get around to it, or if I have enough, this floor pan right here, even though the rust is out of it, I'm just gonna be knocking down that surface, and we're gonna be hitting that with POR-15. If you guys haven't seen my video on how to POR-15 up or the inside of a car, you see this one, the finish is super nice. And it's got a nice sheen to it that I kind of like. It's somewhat reflective, it's still kind of dull. It should dull out a little bit more than that, but the car's pretty much a shell at this point. Using today, good old drill with a wire cut brush and using a wire brush here. I should really invest in one of those angle grinder ones. I'll stick a picture up on it. Those ones are pretty good at knocking rust down, but we're gonna be doing it like this for the time being. Hopefully get all this surface rust, well not rust, more like crud and loose stuff off here. As you can see, the gas tank's new, differential's all black, everything's all nice, and the exhaust kind of exit out there. So you see that underside of the floor pans might be visible. There's gonna have a chrome bumper up here as well, so, but I wanna make that look somewhat presentable here. So enough talking, let's get to work. All right, so here we are knocking the rust off. I'm just using a long wire brush. Using a face shield's the best way I would recommend, probably not to get all this dog shit in your eye here. Wire and brushing it with the drill attachment and the hand brush. Over on this little quarter section here, we noticed a little hole in the trunk pan. It was a little hidden in the pan where I couldn't get to it, so what I was gonna do is just clean it up. I'm using a wire bit on a drill, not just kind of knock everything out, especially that undercoating. If you're going to be welding on this like I am, make sure what you want to do here is get rid of all the undercoating, because that will plug up your welder. So right now I got the my tin snips, an old sheet of metal. I transferred the picture I drew up on a piece of paper, and then I just put that over to metal, cut that out. That way I could weld in a nice piece of metal where the spot was. Again, if you haven't seen my video on how to do the car floor, I would recommend that, because I actually go over these steps a little bit more detailed. So here's me just welding this in real quick and dirty. It's hard to get the camera in there, plus it was super tight, so, and it was hot, so just kind of welded this real quick. Most of it was off camera, but there you go. Now we got to make sure I tape up everything. This wasn't the best tape to be using, but it's what I had at the moment. So I'm just covering up the quarter panel skins and that mark line where I want the black POR-15 to go up to. But I'm gonna, once I paint the body, I want that color to go all the way up to that line. So we drew that line there right at the seam, and we're gonna paint the bottom POR-15, and the top is gonna be body color. And then I don't want to get some paint or anything else on the exhaust, so just taking a big old garbage bag here and some tape, and we're gonna just mask that off real quick here just to protect that and keep that still shiny. So it's all masked up here. We should be ready to put our paint down on this now, so I'm happy how everything is. All our prep work is done. So this is the final step. The paint I'm using, I said POR-15, this is a scuffed version right here. It's a Canadian version called DOM-16. It's about half the price. Works equally as well, I use both. So when I say POR-15, I'm actually using DOM-16, but when I say DOM-16, the same shit as POR-15. So we started off with the edges here. I did the hard parts first, the quarter skin, and then I moved over to the trunk pan. This was a nightmare seeing how I spilled that. I knocked that cord over about twice, and I didn't want to lay in it. So make sure you cover yourself up here. I'm wearing gloves, sleeves, and I still managed to get it all over on me. This stuff will stick to you. If people work with POR-15 before, you know how bad this stuff sucks when it gets on you. So if it's on you, wash it off sooner than later, else you'll be wearing it for the next 4 or 5 days, maybe even a week. So here it is before we did our repair on it. This is afterwards. So you can see it's nice and clean, how it should be. It's a little tucked away once everything's on the ground, but I take pride in the work, and I like the way it turned out. I like the end result. And drop it off the jacks. You can't really see how it is on the ground because the car sits fairly low. Take a look how bad she's squat right now. So that should be ride height for it. You see she's tucking about half the tire. My favorite part about the job is a good old checklist I got here. Crossing another thing off. Only a few more steps to go before paint. Yeah. Alright guys, that concludes this video. Thanks for watching. If this was somewhat helpful, or if you like this video, please leave it a like. It helps me put out videos like this. And I'm moving towards putting out more detailed videos. Not so often, but more detailed, more work put into the videos. I'm not going to be uploading daily like these guys are, so if you want to subscribe to my channel, feel free to. I'm not going to try to blow up anybody's feed with boring ass videos, just only the good videos, I would call it for now. More of the videos that matter, I would say, in this case. So hopefully this, you guys find this entertaining, and if you like this, follow this build, feel free to hit the subscribe button. We should be painting this hopefully sometime this summer, so stay tuned. Thanks, bye.